What is going on, y'all? It's that boy, Texas Yankee, back with some more playoff NBA content. Today, we're going to cover last night's Thunder versus Mavericks game where the Mavericks ended up winning by one, taking care of business, sending the OKC Thunder home, man. And the Dallas Mavericks going back to the Western Conference Finals. Really, I said it was going to have to be a Kyrie game, and he was not efficient, but he did look more aggressive, did have some big shots down the stretch, a lot of points scored in the second half. I forget exactly how many, but at least 18 of his 22 points came in the second half. Triple-double for Luka Doncic. 7 turnovers. Again, he has been kind of hounded by that OKC defense. You can see 4 turnovers as well for Kyrie, so that's been something to watch out for. But I think Derek Lively has to be the story of this game, obviously. Down the stretch, 15 rebounds. He was just out fighting Chet Holmgren for all of those, man. Kicking the ball back out, again, offensive boards in the fourth quarter, and ones, making some free throws. Those 12 points and 15 rebounds were very impactful. And then on OKC side, why did they lose? Really, they just got rebounded. I mean, at least in the fourth quarter, but 31 rebounds to 47 over the course of the entire game. While they did have 10 steals, 5 blocks, so yeah, and they forced 9 more turnovers. That should really give you an edge, but just losing the rebounding battle that badly, you're not going to be able to make up for that too well. Lou Dort really gave his heart out there, picking up 5 fouls, though he was in foul trouble for a lot of the game. Chet Holmgren as well only made 1 of 7 of his threes. Just one more of those falls could be a different game. But this team, really just looks really good for how young they are. Obviously, Josh Giddey not getting many minutes. We'll see what happens with there in the off season. But yeah, they just do need another true big. Um, I'm not quite sure. Gordon Hayward didn't even play in this one, so I'm not quite sure why they went after and tried to pick him up during the course of the season. And then PJ Washington, another guy who only shot 6 times, but was pretty impactful. Derek Jones, 40 minutes, made 4 threes, and especially in the fourth quarter was also very effective. Plus 18 in this game. Daniel Gafford got just played out of here, as you can see there. But we'll see what happens, whether the Mavericks match up with the Timberwolves or Nuggets, and we'll talk about that a little bit after, probably. We see who wins tonight. And then getting into today's games, we got the Pacers and Knicks set to face off in a Game 7. The Knicks are favored by 3.5, being the home team, which is something to take into account. And they did win both of their first 2 home games as well as Game 5. So that is something to look out for. And with the way the refereeing has been kind of wishy-washy, I think, a little bit in this series, it could be something that pushes the Knicks into the conference finals. But I really think the Pacers have looked better, and the Knicks are just so beat up right now. Obviously, Mitchell Robinson's out. You got OG out now. And then Josh Hart looked like he took kind of a shot or something last game. He just did not look like himself, not being able to give out so much effort as we're used to. They would need a big Brunson and DiVincenzo game, I think, but personally, just the Pacers looked like they had too much offense for the Knicks to keep up with, between Tyrese and Siakam, McConnell, all getting downhill. And really, it was, I think, the fact that Deuce McBride's having to start alongside Jalen Brunson as well. The Knicks are just really small now, even though Josh Hart plays bigger than he is. Still being 6'4" defensively, having a guard like Pascal Siakam isn't great. So personally, I would lean towards the Pacers in this game, but the Knicks are at home, so that is a factor. We'll see what happens. If Jalen Brunson's inefficient again, though, I think this probably goes to Indiana, but we'll see what happens after this game. And then probably the main game, the main attraction most people are going to be paying attention to, we have Denver and Minnesota, game seven tonight in Denver. Denver being favored by 4.5 points. And how do we feel about this? So, obviously, the first two games in Denver, they lost. Then they won two away games, one a home game. I don't know how much the home court is going to play into this one. It's really going to be, I think, the schemes and how Denver comes out. See, can they make headway against that defense really to open up? Um, I'm not sure exactly what we're going to see from the Timberwolves, if they're going to run out a similar type of offensive scheme as last game, or if they're going to just rely more heavily on Anthony Edwards. But if Jamal Murray gets shut down again, as you can see, he's only shooting 39.4% over the last 10 games. And even just in the last 6 games, I mean, that's probably been slightly worse, even. Um, if he continues to be inefficient, I'm not quite sure how the Nuggets combat that. I think they're going to need, obviously, another big game from guys like Aaron Gordon, Michael Porter Jr., making their shots. But this could really go either way, obviously. I expect a big Jokic game and hope that he's not going to be as inefficient as he has been sometimes in a couple of these. Um, I'd like to see, obviously, a good game seven, whichever way it goes. But this matchup looks to be really exciting, and I just hope we don't get a blowout like we have in quite a few of these games. Game two, three, five, and six, even. Um, I hope it's a close one through the stretch. So we'll see. And whichever one of these teams wins, obviously, is going to have to go play Luka and the Mavericks. And I think either one matched up decently well. Uh, Maybe the Timberwolves a little bit better, but we'll see, man. Thanks for watching. It's been your boy Texas Saint.